So let's talk about how that works. It basically starts from Newton's third law. So when those two objects, any two objects, could be 3, could be 4, could be 15, who knows? Whenever those objects run into each other, there's an interaction that we've already talked about with Newton's third law. When one object runs into another, they each apply a force on the other. Those forces are equal in size, they're opposite in direction, and they happen at the same time for the same amount of time. So when one object pushes on the other, those two things are interacting at the same time for the same amount of time. That means that they're going to be applying the same impulse, and each object is going to feel the same impulse, An impulse, remember, impulse changes momentum. That means that each one is going to experience the same change in momentum, but it's going to be in opposite directions. So this time we're going to look at this a little bit different, maybe a little bit mathy. But so because those are in opposite directions, the total, let me highlight that for you here, the total is what's not changing, okay? So let's see how that looks. Let's say we've got two objects, object A and object B. Let's say object A feels a change of +5, whatever, +5. Let's see, our unit for momentum is kilogram meters per second, and so it gains 5 kilogram meters per second. Maybe I should put that on there. That's our unit for momentum. And let's say we have another object, object B. Object B is feeling the same impulse, but in the other direction, so it's going to be losing 5, or at the very least, the momentum is going to be directed in the other direction. Sometimes that negative is just a direction, okay? So that's still the same, kgm/s, kgm/s. So our two objects are experiencing these different momentum changes here. And as a result, when we add those together, +5 minus 5, any guesses to what that means? Oh, why, yes, it's 0. 0 change. There's no change. So we're not going to have any change in the total. Now, both objects are experiencing a change. Individually, they're experiencing a change, but together, there's no change overall.